Okay, so I'm going to assume we are live. Take a minute just to make sure that we are truly into the running overlay. But welcome back to ESA Summer Online. We are raising money for Alzheimer Fonden. Links to donate can be found below the stream. We would also like to thank Kaspersky, Twitch, and ViewSonic for sponsoring this event. Now it's time for Kanban running Braid. Good luck. Take it away.
Thank you for that introduction. Yes, I am Kanban85. I will be running Braid, and with me today I have PY, a legendary Braid runner, who will be commentating the run.
Everyone. Thanks for the introduction.
How you doing, man?
I'm fine. How are you? How are you feeling this one?
Oh, it's gonna be good. It's gonna be good.
So the category of the run is a 6-star, which is a kind of special. We'll talk about it.
Yeah, it's not the normal any percent. This game has a speedrun mode in it that I will be using. When it comes to your when it comes to the setting on the timer, I guess I'll just count down with the game. I guess that makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll just start and then you can start to talk, PY.
Okay.
3, 2, 1, go.
Okay, so about the timer, it's going to be a bit different than the real time because it will stop every time there's a loading time or when the player is doing some puzzles. You'll see that there are some puzzles in the game. So the game timer will be lower than the real time. And in this game, in case you don't know it, it's a platformer and you have some puzzles to solve to actually take some puzzle pieces. And you can go back in time with a button. And thanks to that, you can just die and it doesn't matter because you can go back in time and redo the thing. And if you miss something, you can just go back in time, do it again. So it's going to be really focused around this mechanic, the whole game. And there will be some new mechanics introduced in every world. This is the first world. Actually, it's called world number 2 because of the storyline, but we won't talk much about the story because it's really intense and there are different levels in the story. So if you're interested in it, just play the game because it's great. And there are some twists that we won't spoil in this run because we're going to do the true ending, if we can say, which doesn't spoil anything. And we can perform the true ending even we don't collect all the stars in the game because there are some hidden stars in the game. And if you collect all the stars, the game helps you getting the true ending. But in speedrun, we don't use the stars usually to do that. We don't need them. And since there's one of the stars that takes an hour and a half long to take, we just decided that it wasn't good for the speedrun to take it. So we take all the other stars of the game, except for the very last one, which needs you to take the 7 first stars, including the 1 hour and a half long. So we're just gonna take 6 stars, which is a good number for the game, because you see kind of everything except for the boring part. So that is why we decided to do this. And you can see here that Kanban is using the puzzle pieces that he just took to build some platforms, and he can use them in the world. So this is a very nice mechanic that we won't see much in the game, but the game tries to introduce some new things every time. So it will sometimes make a level look like something you've already seen, but using the new mechanic. So you'll see that later. Like this world, just notice how there are some pictures on the upside of the level, which tells you that you have killed some enemies. We will see that again in the game, but with a different mechanic.
Yeah, so this category is kind of like almost 100%. It's like it's all the good stuff 100%.
Exactly. It's like the
Yeah.
99% because 1% is really boring. It's
Yeah.
just basically for the hour and a half. If it was purely skill, it would have been interesting, but it's just not moving for an hour and a half and watching something moving very, very, very slow. So we won't do that.
So skipping this plant is difficult, but you got to see the time rewind mechanic.
Yeah. If you do a perfect run, in this world you don't actually have to rewind, but later in the game, starting from this world, you will have to rewind sometimes to solve the puzzles, just like here. There's the new mechanic introduced, which are green objects. Green objects are things that cannot be turned back in time. So that once you take the key and you rewind the time, you still get the key in your hand because it doesn't rewind or stop if you stop time. You'll see with these clouds, Kanban will probably stop time on the next part of the level, and you'll see clouds that are green. They're moving just as nothing happened. So we're going to use this mechanic as intended for now, but we're going to abuse it later. With everything that's green, we can sometimes do crazy stuff.
That's where the fun tricks are in this game is manipulating the green objects.
Yeah, and there is a specific thing that are kind of bubbly platforms. If you stand on those platforms, the team, the hero of the game, becomes himself green, so you can rewind the whole level, but the hero. So it will do things without you moving, so you can abuse that. And starting from now, we're going to see some strategies that are not intended in the game, like this one. It looks very easy now, but trust me, this is already hard to do. And
This
yeah,
we're gonna have to move very quickly through this first part of this level to skip like a plant cycle, which is quite difficult.
yeah, and this is the first thing that was used in the speedruns that is not intended is using a ladder to jump higher than you're supposed to. Like this plant is the one you want to skip, and
Ah, come on.
it's really tight.
Oh, I
But
got
you
it.
did it. Yeah, right. Nice.
Oof.
Even if he died twice on the plant, it's almost like he didn't lose time because he skipped it afterwards. So it's okay. And yeah, I was talking about the ladder jump. Is when you're on a platform and you start climbing a ladder, the game will consider team as both on the ground and on the ladder for about 10 frames. So if you jump during the 10 frames, it will make you jump from the point you were pressing the button. So it's a bit higher because you were climbing a ladder, and you can
Audio
reach
cue.
heights that you're not. Yeah, sorry.
Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, yeah. He was waiting for an audio cue to know when to start jumping so that he can walk through those plants,
Ooh, barely got
like
it.
so. Yeah, and thanks to that, you can go faster. And here you see the mechanics with the green doors. Like you're using a normal key to open a green door, and then when you rewind, you get the key back because you rewinded, but the door was green, so it doesn't close back. So that's how you can use two keys to go through three doors. And this will be used again in the game later. It's something you have to keep in mind that every time you get a normal key and a green door, you can open multiple doors with the same key. And the reverse thing can be tricky. If you have a green key and you open a normal door, you must not rewind because you won't get the key back, but the door will close back.
I'm gonna try to go for a frame perfect door entrance there, which is really hard.
Yeah, you see this flower on the ground, it pops a rabbit, and you have one frame to actually open the door before being killed. You sometimes see the button, yeah, right. This is really, really hard. It's really frame perfect, and sometimes you cannot even get it because of some things hard to explain in the game, but
Yeah,
when you move, sometimes it's not moving exactly the same way. So this is a boss, look, he's green, so he can take multiple damages with a single chandelier, so you're just gonna spam it. You just rewind at the right time, and you rewind for 1 or 2 frames, and then he takes another hit because he doesn't have, he's not invulnerable at all when you hit it, so you can just spam it. And this is gonna be the almost glitch because you're gonna clip through a platform. Because it's green, you just rewind and you make yourself at a position where the game doesn't want you to be, so it just pops you on the platform if you're high enough, and it would have pushed you down below the platform if you weren't high enough, and you would have to start the whole level again, so you don't want that. So this was really hard, and it saves 40 seconds in this level. So it's really, really important not to miss that.
yeah, it skips most of the level. It's one of the biggest time savers we found.
Yeah.
Well, yeah,
And this
a
is
while
a
back.
good timer. This is a pretty good timer for a live run. So you're gonna have time to read some comments now, and this is gonna be the first star in the game. You must not miss that one.
All right, I can go forward with this donation I have here. It's $15 from Hippienator saying, With Braid being one of my all-time favorite puzzle games, I had to donate during this game. I'm looking forward to World 4, which has my favorite mechanic. Good luck and keep up the great work. And
Thank
we
you.
have some lovely incentives here. So you keep your donations coming so we can see some great things happen. Back to you guys.
So this is the first star of the level, and thanks for the reading and the donations because we're gonna go into World 4 right now, so we're gonna talk about it. And the star he just took, if you actually make the puzzle, you cannot untie the puzzle pieces, so you cannot get the star. So you must really not forget about this one. And this is World 4, in which the mechanic is very peculiar. It means if you are moving to the right of the screen, whether you're jumping or on the ground, the time flows normally. Whether if you go to the left, the time goes backwards, but it's not the same thing as if you're pressing the button. And here is going to be a glitch. It's going to be loud. Yeah,
Yeah, this is
that was
loud.
loud, and it's going to be loud again.
There we go.
Yeah, very nice. Second time, it's really hard to do because it's a matter of frames during. If you're pressing longer, the glitch will be bigger, and you cannot control team at all. So this is kind of the latest trick we found, and the only glitch we found in the game. And we're gonna talk about it later after the run.
Yeah, if I have time after the run, I want to showcase that a bit more because you can clip out of bounds and do all sorts of funny things with that.
Yeah, since it's the only glitch we found, we kind of tried some things about it. And so yeah, this mechanic is really mind-blowing sometimes because you think you can do something, but in reality you cannot because every time you go to the left, the enemies go back to life if you kill them like this. So you can jump many times on the same enemy as long as you go to the left. And yeah, if you jump several times on enemies or on one enemy in this case, you're gonna jump higher and higher until the third jump. After that, you cannot jump higher. So you're using this to climb some spaces which you wouldn't be able to in a normal level. But since this is World 4, you can abuse that. And we're gonna see that with a rabbit in the next levels. We're gonna abuse a rabbit and manipulate his AI. This one on the upper floor. So we're gonna make it back to the ground by walking left and then make him pop at a very precise time so that we can jump on his head and take the puzzle piece without solving the level the right way. So that was very nicely done. And this is another star he's gonna take here. We cannot see the star from here because it's more above the cannon on the right, and we might not even see it when he collects it. Because if you stand on a higher ground for a sufficient amount of time, you will see the camera going up, but we won't see that. And
This
now,
strategy has been slightly changed lately too, so it's much faster than it used to be.
yeah, and that's why you don't see the star, because the star is green. So if you remember, you can take it and just go back in time very fast, and you still have collected the star. So you can use this mechanic to go back to the level before much faster. Now the clouds are making him move very fast. So time goes backwards very fast if you go to the left, and it flows normally if you go to the right, but very fast. So the big cloud you're gonna see now is the exact opposite. It makes you walk very slowly. So you can stay on the cloud forever if you just walk. So you need to jump. And this is the last and hardest level on World 4. Plus there's a star in it, so it's really intense. This way to solve the level is not intended at all.
Oh crap, I'm not gonna be able to.
Yeah, there's no problem. This is kind of the backup strat now, but it was the fastest strat we had a few years back, so it's okay. And then if you want to take the star, the easiest way is to exit the level and go back in, because again, it resets the whole room. So you can just start from fresh every time you just exit and re-enter the level. And you have to do some specific things here to manipulate the enemy so that you can take him upstairs, just like this. And then You want the enemy to go upstairs, actually.
Ah.
And this is very, very tight. You see how when you rewind, you can rewind at several speeds. Like you can go time 1 or time 2 or times 4 or times 8.
No. I don't want to kill him.
Yeah, you want the enemy to go upstairs and actually grab the key because since they are green, they're going to be moving normally the whole time. And since you are not green, if you walk to the left, the key will disappear because it's like your rewinding time. So the key will go back to positions it was before. It's really, really hard to understand even when you play the game. So if you have never played the game, I'm sorry, this is absolutely insane to understand. And now you want the enemy to go through the door to the left and rewind back to the ladder so that you can grab the key. And as long as you're walking towards the right of the screen, you will keep the key. But if you walk to the left, you might lose the key because of the mechanics. It is really, really hard to explain, and even harder if you are playing the game. Your mind just cannot stand it the first times. So this was not perfect, but it was really good because
Yeah, I messed up a
just
bit
getting
there.
this star is really hard, and it's a real puzzle when you do it the first time. So now you have the puzzle if you want to read something.
Well, we have 2 donations here. $30 from Maro saying cat, and propelling the White Cat blindfold for Bubsia's upcoming run into an even bigger lead. And then $25 from Kalevi saying, hey Kanban, good luck during your run. And yeah, I'm sure he really
Thanks,
appreciates it.
Kalevi. Hey, Kalevi.
Yeah, but back to you guys. Thank you for your donations.
Thank you everyone for the donations. And this is World 5, which is kind of the cool level when you're speedrunning because there are not many very hard strats. This is the level maybe we do the most intended way. So in this world, we have a shadow. It means like when you enter a level, the game will record every input that you're making, even if they are not useful in the first place. But it will record everything. And then when you rewind time, as soon as you release the button, a shadow will play all the inputs from when you started back, and it will play like around 10 seconds of your gameplay. So you're going to use this shadow to interact with pinky objects or violet, purple, depending on what you see, but everything that's pinky will interact with the shadow. It means like this enemy, which is pink, can be killed with the shadow. Whereas if it was not pink, the shadow would only kill the shadow of the enemy, if it makes sense to you. So here you can just drop your shadow by rewinding just a bit, and then you can use it again to make the enemy bounce above your head. And we're gonna reach for the next star. Yeah, very nice. This was hard to get this part because when the enemy reaches the platform on the right, it's really easy to make him climb on the platform or go below, and you cannot make it face left. And this is the highest ladder jump that you're gonna need. And second try, very, very nice because this is really hard. You must understand that it's frame perfect almost. So
Two frames.
you cannot miss it. You have 2 frames, so it's really, really tight. And even if you get the muscle memory, you don't get that every time at all.
I think
So
that's
that
the
was very fast.
fastest way that star has been gotten in a stream.
Yeah, this was very fast because the star was taken the fastest way possible, and you just rewinded once for the ladder jump, so that was nice. And everything you're seeing right now is kind of a spoil, as I said, because if you're doing the game on your own, you are gonna solve the puzzles this way most of all. So just see what's happening. Try to forget it if you want to play the game for the first time after that.
Just for World 5, really.
Yeah, just the World 5. And this is the part where the inputs are important because he pressed the button to activate the lever, but he was not on the lever. But when the shadow went through the corridor, he made the platform go up, and then the shadow could activate the lever. So this is one thing you have to think about when you're doing the game in the first place. And this is very nice that he's using different mechanics with things that you've seen already, like this boss. It looks like the first boss, but you cannot infinite him with a single chandelier because you have to hit it with a shadow one because he is purple. So you hit it with a shadow one, then a normal one, then a shadow one. And the second one, you use the shadow and the normal one, so that makes 5 hits, and then you can get rid of him.
I'm gonna use my shadow here to take this piece.
Yeah, it's a bit faster than just walking to the piece. And here, that was I was talking about that earlier. The key is green, so if you just go through the first door, you're screwed and you have to go out to go in again because you lost the key forever. So you must use your shadow to use the key. Here's another puzzle for the donations if there are.
We have just one just now, $50 from Eladmir saying, so excited to see Kanban85 showcasing Braid at ESA. Good luck to all the runners, and thank you for your incredibly generous donation.
Thank you, Vladimir. He's a
Another
high
one
school
just
friend of
showed
mine,
up, if we
actually.
have a minute.
Yeah, so go for it.
Okay, so we have another $50 from Yeltzrick saying, love ESA and really enjoying this Braid run. Here's $50 for Bungie to run Cramorant for Sword and Shield, so Cramorant is getting a hefty lead now. Keep those donations coming, especially because we're close to that 26K. But we'd love to see it. Anyway, back to you guys.
Nice.
Thank you. This world, World 6, is the last world, kind of. And in this world, you have a ring that you can see on the screen. It's pretty self-explanatory. Nice.
Holy
This
crap,
was
that was close.
one of the latest tricks he implemented in the run, and it's really, really tight to go below the door. That is why he actually just went through the room and entered it back from the right, because you cannot do that without placing the ring very differently normally. And here, the main concern about the speedrun in this world is to place fewest rings as possible, because every time you place the ring on the ground, it's going to slow you a lot, and you don't want that. So you must know that you can only get one ring, which means if you put it down on the floor, you must take it back before you can place it at another place in the level. But if you go through a door, it resets in a sense, so you can use it in another room. But since it's really, really hard to take it back because it slows you the time you're taking it back and everything, we want to use it as few times as possible. So this world is the hardest in the run usually.
Yeah, this level.
It can kill your runs like so often because you're supposed to place almost 5 to 6 rings with the normal strats, and you're only using it once, which is really hard, and it makes a lot of strategies really hard. Like this one, you have to jump on the Goomba without using the ring, and it was perfect. So this was a very good level because the very hard part was the corridor with the fireball, which is coming your way just above your head now. You have only a few frames. You have to start at the right time and jump at the very exact time to avoid the fireball, and that was very nice.
Thank
so
you.
Here, he's gonna pause time to make some enemies on the right of the screen that we don't see right now go through some plants, because when he stops time, using the game mechanics, you can rewind and you can stop time, kind of, so that you see the plants stop moving when he is stopping time, but the enemies are green, so they keep on walking, and you can use this mechanic to make them go above plants without dying. And now he can use the 2 enemies that was close to go upstairs again. Yeah, very nice. So this is another star. You see the level was looking a bit like an earlier level in World 4, but since the mechanic is different, you have to solve it another way. And this is very hard to get, because you must use the ring slowing effect to keep your momentum in the air and stay in the air for a while. But it's really hard to manage, because if you go too close to the ring, you almost don't move at all and you lose a ton of time. And that was executed very, very fast. This is a very good run.
This star right here is yeah, maybe not the almost the hardest star in the game. I think it's very close
Yeah.
to it at least.
Yeah, you got a very nice setup, and the ring placement is optimal, I think. And one thing we didn't talk about for now, but it's going to be very important in the latest part of the game, is what we call corner boosts or head boosts. Is when you land on the edge of a platform or ground or a slope, you get a speed boost, which can be more or less efficient. But the key is sometimes to get some corner boosts so that you can reach a part of a level before you're supposed to. It's going to be very important during the very last world of the game. For now, every time you can in a run, you try to getting those just to save a bit of time. But if you don't get them, it's not very important. Okay, so this was an abuse of the bubbly platforms, as I was saying earlier. You see that when you walk on them, team becomes green, so that if you rewind up until you're on the platform, you're not gonna move at all, but the level is gonna play itself as you just made it play. So now he's manipulating the rabbit so that he can make him jump at his very precise spots, and he rewinds. And as long as you don't release the button, you can make the level play again. So that's how he made the rabbit come back to this position and took the star. That was the first try, also very nice.
Yeah, this
And
level can get you stuck for a while.
yeah, if you miss the rabbit thing, whether you take time to set up the rabbit or you miss and you release the button on the bubbly platform and you have to do it all over again or anything, it can be very long. And this way to go down the ladders with the ring on the left is the intended way to clear the level, but we don't do it in any percent. So you almost have to relearn the game when you're doing the 6 stars because you're using strat that are not used anymore.
Yeah. In any percent, I don't have to take the star, so I don't have to juggle the rabbit, and we do something really weird in any percent here that I had a run when ESA together where I did that.
Yeah.
If you wanna have a look at how this looks like in any percent.
Yeah, this run is very special for the runners because we don't do it often, and it uses some older strat that we don't use anymore. So we have some bad reflexes sometimes.
Crap.
That fireball is very hard to avoid, and
Okay, I think
the
I
ring
got it now.
placement was not optimal, but now it's
There we go.
good. Yeah, very close. You see. And now he rewinds the level so that he can go through a fireball thanks to the rewind mechanic because he rewinded, but then he pressed the button to make it play again forward. But it's recorded, so you cannot die to an enemy or a fireball.
I got
So
it.
when
Okay.
you see above the head the 1x, it means that he's playing forward, so the fireball cannot kill him.
This level is not cooperating with me. Okay, there we go. I think we're finally getting it now. No, come
Yeah,
on.
I just have to
There we go.
jump. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, this strat is very hard. This is absolutely not the way it's intended, sorry. But it's how we do in speedrun every time now.
There we go.
The-
We're gonna get into there
If you
eventually.
jump at the right time, you can get stuck like this.
Yeah. The
So
wrong
this is
time,
gonna
I
be
guess I would
the
say.
this is gonna be the last puzzle before the game ends after another level.
Yeah, if you have any donations, this is the time for it.
Well, we don't have any, but I can talk a little bit about Alzheimer Fonden.
Could I
And,
just say something first? Is that okay? Because that was a lot faster than I thought it would be.
Go
There's a
for it.
level coming up here that has like at least 2 frame perfect inputs and some other
Yeah.
fun stuff. So it's the next one right now. It's
This
also a newly discovered trick.
Yeah, sorry, this level is we thought it would only be possible in tool-assisted speedrun, but some crazy people found a way to do it with a keyboard or a pad. But it's 2 frame perfect tricks in a row, and you must get the corner boost like this, as I was explaining earlier. And once you get the corner boost, you're not supposed to be able to jump except if you press backwards in a very specific time, and then you can jump again. And you have multiple ways to get it, but you must have the most efficient way here.
There we go.
Like this. It's really hard. Like if you try to get it with a pad or a keyboard, you won't get it, I promise.
I needed to start climbing at the correct spot, and I think I was slightly off. That's why I couldn't get the boost early on.
Yeah, but it's really hard. Trust me. Don't try this at home. Now you have some times to
Yeah, now
talk
you
about
can
Alzheimer.
talk about Alzheimer's. This is a good time for it.
All right, that was brilliant, by the way. But yeah, let's talk a little bit about Alzheimer's, which is the sixth leading cause of death in the United States. On average, a person with Alzheimer's lives 4 to 8 years after diagnosis, but can live as long as 20 years depending on other factors. Alzheimer's has no current cure, but treatments for symptoms are available and research continues. Although current treatments cannot stop Alzheimer's from progressing, they can temporarily slow the worsening of dementia symptoms and improve quality of life for those with Alzheimer's and their caregivers. So, for all your donations, thank you for your incredible generosity. But yeah, back to you guys.
This is the last real level of the game, in which the corner boosts are going to be really key to get the true ending. So this corner boost he just got is hard to get, and if you don't get it, you cannot get the true ending. So now that he got it, you can go above some fireballs that cannot be passed another way. And then if you don't lose any time, you can jump on this very enemy
Ooh, barely.
and use it to activate this lever in advance. And there you can reach a specific plant you're going to see on the right before it goes up. This is the very important thing now, is you're not supposed to be passing through the plant. You're supposed to be stuck in front of it and cannot reach this chandelier. And if you step on the chandelier, you have a chance to soft lock the game, but it's not gonna happen, right?
No, no, yes, good.
No,
Go.
it didn't.
Oh.
So he didn't soft lock the game, so we can keep on going. And this is very hard to do, but once you get on the chandelier, you have to not move. You just jump on it and wait for the game to do the thing. And once you're up there, you can grab the kind of vines to climb and go back on the upper side of the level, which is not the right way to do it on your first game through.
Yeah, this is like the alternative ending, and it says 50 seconds over the normal ending, so that's why we do it.
Yeah, this is what you're supposed to get after you get all the stars, but you have to take the 1 hour and a half long star.
Yeah,
so
we skipped one, so we didn't get all.
We skipped one of the stars, so we don't get the last one to actually trigger this ending. And this is going to be another task jump, kind of. You see, he takes a corner boost and then he's able to jump. It is really hard, but we got a nice setup now so that we can perform it. Before it was chaotic. And this is the very end of the run. It's going to be about 28:50, which is a very nice time for a live run. And he kind of showed all the newest tricks in the game, which is kind of good. It's really, really good.
All right, and time.
28:49:80. Very nice.
Nice. I want to give a quick shout out to a runner called Gurman, who has the current world record in any percent, and he's helped a lot with the 6-star run and developing new strategies. So shout out to Gurman. Go check him out. Great.
He developed a lot of things, even in the any percent. He optimized a lot of strategies because he and some other runners tried to get a multi-segmented run, which we did not do before. So they tried hard some very, very hard strats and implemented that in a single segment run, which was insane.
Just can I have one more minute to show off one glitch?
You were quite underestimated, so I'm sure that can be arranged.
All right, great. So this level that I was on this level earlier, and I ended up making a very loud noise. Again, the loud noise is going to be coming to bounce over the top of the level, so volume warning. But we can also use this glitch to get out of bounds, so I'm just going to do that for fun. It doesn't help with anything. Okay, that was close. Sorry, it's very loud.
Yeah, because the glitch depends on how much time you stay on the zero time. The longer you stay, the harder he's expelled. So it can do multiple things like this, or go out of bounds sometimes.
You can also clip through stuff and get the pieces that way, but it's not random, but it's so erratic that it's really hard to. Okay, that would actually have. Actually, I'm gonna try and like, can I? Yeah, I get. Oh, that's a good one. All right. Anyway, let's try and do this.
What you want in the run is to bounce off the wall on the left,
Oh, no, almost.
but
All right.
not that much. Yeah. And what you want now, just to show off the glitch, is to go above the level and reach after the wall on the right, so that you go out of bounds and you see what's out of bounds.
Crap, I'm not getting it. It's kind of random, so.
Yeah,
Oh.
because it's almost frame by frame. The glitch is gonna be different. So
Look at that poor Goomba getting yeeted away over there. All right, let's see if we can do this. Sorry, I'm just having fun now. But we're gonna try and get this. There we go. No.
Oh.
What?
You
What?
hit the wall?
I hit the wall and I got the key though. I've never seen that before.
That is really.
That's a
really
fun way to
weird.
get the key. I got the key
Yeah.
now. I never seen it. So if anyone has some skills with tassing and want to have fun with this glitch, go for it. There's a lot of potential there, I think. Crap, so.
Yeah,
Working
we
for
have
now.
someone on this case, but we don't actually know if it's
There we
possible
go.
to get all the
No!
pieces by clipping through the doors. You're supposed to be able to take all the pieces at the same time with this glitch, but we're not sure about it.
There we go.
Okay. Right. So
Just
if I
Give
may,
me. There we go. We are out of bounds now.
if I may interject with a quick donation.
Yes, please do while I'm floating in the air.
Yeah, just that real quick before we move over to the intermission. We have $82 from Anonymous with what I presume is a typo, saying 29K because we did not hit 29K. We hit 26K. But still, that's quite the achievement. Still,
He's a
Thank
prophet.
you for your incredibly generous donation. Yeah, this Braid run helped us. Was the one that hit the 26K mark. So yeah, that's very nice.
Good job, everyone. I think we're gonna sign off now. Thanks for watching. Thanks for enjoying the run and the glitch, and enjoy the rest of the marathon.
Indeed, and coming up next we have Mario versus Donkey Kong, so stick around for that.